This video I'm going to show you how I make these head wraps or do-rags. They're really easy to make. They work up very quickly. I'll try to do as little editing as possible so you can see in real time how much time it makes for me to make it. All you need to know to be able to make this is how to do a double crochet and a chain, preferably already in a mesh stitch. Oh, and half double crochet for the connection in the back. This is also a no-sew pattern. Audio didn't record this whole video, so therefore I have to talk through it. This is the yarn that I ended up getting in my last video where I went to Philadelphia with my friend Maya. It's a silk mulberry blend, so I'm just using that to say that it's already black girl friendly and I don't have to really worry about the inside of it as much because it is already made out of silk or a cotton material that's not going to hurt my hair. So using a 5mm crochet hook and the DK weight yarn that I have from the store, I'm going to chain 120 chains. Once all 120 chains have been done, we're going to chain an additional 3 more. And we're going to work into the back loop, starting with that third chain from the hook and 1/2 double crochet. We're going to go all the way down the whole row, working 1/2 double crochet into the back of each chain stitch. Okay, so for the first mesh row, we're going to start by chaining 4. This chain 4 will count as 1 double crochet and a chain 1. From the 4th chain from the hook, we're going to skip the first stitch that is at the bottom and then implement a double crochet into the 3rd stitch from the hook. From here, we're going to chain 1 more, skip another stitch, and in the next stitch after that skip stitch we're going to implement another double crochet. We're going to continue to do this, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet until we get to the end of the row. Alright, to start every row, we're going to start by chaining 4 and then skipping that original chain 1 stitch. Wherever there is a post from the row before, we're going to do a double crochet into that stitch, so that way all of the verticals line up. This will create a grid-like mesh pattern that will be a bit more flexible. So here we're doing again, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the end of the row. However, for every even mesh row, so that'll be rows 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12, we are going to increase. This will help create a curve, so that way we don't have to sew at the end of the pattern. Okay, here I'm showing you how to do the increase at the end of the row. So you're going to start by doing a double crochet, chain 1, and in that same stitch you did the first double crochet, you're going to do another double crochet to end the row. So now there's 2 double crochet stitches and 1 stitch, and that is the first increase. So we're going to chain 4 and turn, and then repeat the pattern from mesh row 1 all the way across. That's 1 double crochet and each double crochet stitch with a chain 1 in between. Now for rows 3 to 12, we're going to do the same thing, where on the odd rows, we're just going to do the mesh stitch as is, ending and starting without an increase or decrease, and increasing on the even mesh rows. When we get to row 13, I'll come back and explain what we're doing next to make the wrap part. For row 13, we are going to start by doing the chain 4 and doing the mesh stitch the same way we've been doing it before for the first 16 stitches, or 32 stitches, the first 16 like boxes. Then we're going to chain 84. This is how we're going to create the part that physically wraps around the head. We need it to attach to enough of the front part of the head that it will wrap around and only be present down the side and the back. So for mesh row 14, we are going to do a double crochet into the 6th chain from the hook, because the first chain 4 and the last 4 were the last 4 of the 84 were a double crochet and a chain 1 stitch. So we're going to do a double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1 again, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the chain after. So we're going to continue to do the mesh stitch all the way across to the top, increasing in the last stitch. This will give the wrap like a little bit of height and depth, as well as make the wrap part big enough and thick enough to hold and wrap around with integrity. So here I am at the end of the original chain 84. I have included the yarn back. I'm just double crocheting as though this was all part of one row without the detached part. Don't overcomplicate it, just keep going the way that you were going before, and there will be a gap, and that's good. We want to have like a break between the two so that way we can wrap it around our head. This is the last row of this side, so for the next part of the pattern we're going to be doing the exact same thing that we did on the first side onto the other side. So we're going to start by connecting the chain to the bottom, the tail to the bottom of that, and we're going to do a double crochet up the same side that we just went down. Alright, so after I attached my tail to the end of this yarn, I'm starting the pattern all over again with the chain 3 and the half double crochet all the way across. This will connect the two sides with a seam that will blend in with the pattern. It looks really nice. The only difference that we will have between this side and the side that we had already completed is that instead of putting the increase at the end of the row, the increase will be at the beginning. We want the increases to be at the same side as the other side was, because when we fold it in half and combine it, we want them to be identical, as close to identical as possible. We're going to continue the pattern the same way we did before, with mesh row 1 and 2 following the odd and even pattern from before, but remembering to put the increase at the beginning of the row instead of the end of the row this time. This is what it looks like finished so far. This part took me about 2 hours and about 35 minutes to do. The next part is we're just going to finish it off by folding it in half and doing one single line of single crochet from the top to the seam, and this is going to be the last thing. When I get to the end there, to avoid it puckering at the end, I will do a single crochet between the stitches of the little hump into the start of the double crochet, but I'll show you what I mean by that when I get there. So I'm just placing one single crochet between each chain 1 stitch on both sides, making sure that as I go along they're lined up and each chain 1 matches the placement before that, so that way when I do wear it, it is like one continuous grid from the left side to the right side. So here at the end, instead of going straight across, I'm going to go into the last 2 stitches here. So I'm going to do a single crochet into the double crochet underneath the row that I was just working in. And this will isolate that little triangulated corner there, and when it's worn right side out, then you won't notice the little hump. It won't stick up. It'll be a nice little curve that matches your head pretty well. Alright, so this is the finished product. That's what it looks like, right side flipped out before it gets steamed or blocked or anything. Once we steam it, block it, and wear it a couple of times, it'll loosen around the last line of single crochet, so it won't look so jagged or bumpy. And when you wear it on, it doesn't look like that. So here's what it looks like on. I really like it. I get a lot of compliments on them when I wear them, and I've made them for a couple of people for birthday gifts. People love these. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you make one.